Why do we tear down the exact things we spend years trying to build? Take Neha, for example. From the outside, her life looked like it was finally clicking into place. She had a solid opportunity in front of her, people in her corner, and a path that actually made sense. But she kept derailing it. Not with massive, explosive mistakes. The damage happened in the margins. A slight delay here, a sudden burst of doubt there, endlessly overthinking the simplest next step. One evening, she sat at her laptop with a crucial email drafted and ready to go. All she had to do was hit send. Instead, she read it. Then she read it again and again. She started wondering if the tone was off, if they'd reject her, if she simply wasn't ready yet. She closed the laptop, promising herself she'd send it the next day. The next day turned into a week, and the opportunity quietly evaporated. Those tiny hesitations, disguised as waiting until tomorrow, slowly choked out the thing she wanted most. A few days later, her friend Aisha pointed out a pattern. She told Neha that whenever she got close to something good, she'd mysteriously pull back. Neha's immediate reaction was to brush it off. But when Aisha asked directly why that email never went out, Neha froze. She realized she didn't actually have an answer. That night, she couldn't sleep. Her mind replayed the entire sequence. She desperately wanted progress. She wanted things to work out. So why was she the one standing directly in the way? The world wasn't putting up roadblocks. The resistance was entirely inside her own head. When the next chance came around, Neha finally noticed it. There was a specific fraction of a second right before she needed to act. A moment where she could move forward, but instead felt an invisible weight dragging her backward. Psychologists have a name for this. It looks like laziness or a lack of discipline from the outside, but it's actually a direct conflict between your conscious goals and your subconscious actions. This diagram shows the mechanics of self-sabotage. You have a goal moving forward, but it suddenly hits a barrier. That barrier isn't a secret desire to fail. It's an aggressive instinct to protect yourself. Your brain is wired to avoid pain just as much as it chases success. And success brings new expectations, heavier responsibilities, and entirely new ways to fall short. To the primitive parts of your brain, those changes look like a threat, so it manufactures resistance. It creates doubt and forces a delay to keep you in a state that feels safe and predictable. It will literally choose a guaranteed failure over the unpredictable nature of change. Whenever a high-stakes moment arrived, Neha's mind would flood with very specific, highly convincing questions. What if she wasn't actually good enough? What if people judged her? What if she tried her hardest and still fell flat? In the heat of the moment, those concerns felt completely rational, but they always led to the exact same result. She did absolutely nothing. This chart illustrates the reinforcement loop. An opportunity triggers anxiety, which leads to avoidance. And when you avoid the action, your brain registers a successful escape from danger. Every time you retreat, you strengthen this pathway. The cycle repeats and the lines thicken until the hesitation bypasses your conscious thought entirely. The avoidance becomes an automatic reflex. By continually backing away from risk, Neha wasn't protecting her future. She was actively training her own subconscious to be terrified of success. Eventually, Neha found herself staring down another major opportunity. The exact same situation played out. The familiar knot of anxiety formed, along with the overwhelming urge to close the laptop and hide. But this time, she forced a pause. Instead of letting the panic dictate her next move, she sat with it. She observed the feeling and identified exactly what was scaring her: the fear of judgment and the fear of simply not being enough. She accepted that the fear was there, and then she acted anyway. It wasn't a perfect, highly confident gesture, but it was deliberate. She sent the email, and nothing terrible happened. The sky didn't fall. There was no immediate disaster or crushing judgment. There was just sudden, tangible movement. She learned that the brain's alarm system can't be reasoned with through logic alone. The only way to neutralize the perceived threat of a new opportunity is the physical execution of the action itself. The paralysis never vanishes before you take the leap. It only weakens after you've already jumped. Self-sabotage originates from a deeply ingrained instinct to keep you safe. But when that instinct goes unchecked, protection slowly morphs into a prison. You cannot wait for the perfect, fearless moment to arrive, because it doesn't exist. The only escape route is to walk forward while the fear is still sitting right next to you. So the next time you feel the urge to stop, delay, or hesitate, you have to ask yourself, are you actually failing, or are you simply running away from a future that hasn't even happened yet?